Well, very good morning, everybody, for Sunday, the 11th of July. We are getting there in terms of summer weather. I can certainly promise you it will improve into the end of this week. All right, but for now, well, low pressure, if you can call it that. I wouldn't say 1015 is particularly low pressure, especially as it's above the international standard atmosphere. But over us at the moment, a light southerly flow, bringing some quite sort of moist air still in from the south, still quite showery, but at least a little bit drier and a little bit brighter than it has been over the last couple of days. The isobars are getting a little bit tighter before we start to pick up a northerly as we sort of head towards this high pressure system, which is going to come in a bit later into the week. And as we look into the next few days, tomorrow not so good, but we are starting to see the start of something better as this ridge of high pressure starts to come in. This occluded front starts to warm out. So yeah, some better news from about Wednesday onwards. But for today, southwesterly winds or to southerly, and the chance of some more shower activity later today. Those winds, not hugely strong. They're probably in the region of around 15 knots at flying heights and generally more south than west. So I'd say 190 degrees is probably about right for our area. On the ground, probably southerly at about 10 knots or so. And we can see that on the public forecast where, yeah, it doesn't really go too much southwesterly until later. Okay visibility, but nothing spectacular. Satellite picture over the UK. Well, it was a bright start, but unfortunately a bit of cloud has just come in, which will need to burn away now. If you're out into sort of the Cambridgeshire area, into East Anglia, it'll be just as bright. But yeah, the occluded front causing problems already into Cornwall and Devon. But hopefully, given the progression of the winds, we should remain mostly clear of that. But certainly, at least for the next couple of hours, it's going to be a bit more dull and cloudy. Top temperature today of around sort of 20 degrees, 21 degrees. We'll just compare that to the public forecast. Yeah, it sort of shows 18 on here. We might reach 20. At dew points, it's still quite moist, probably around 13 degrees. Well, at the moment, actually, this has broken down. That's no use. It's not 20 degrees at the moment. That's the picture. That's the picture. As you can see, it was a bit brighter about an hour ago, but a little bit more dull at the moment. I'd say about a cloud base of about 12 to 1300 feet, but should continue to rise. The rain, as we can see there, will sort of make its way. Probably we won't see it till much later this afternoon, maybe even after we just started getting ready to pack up. But yeah, if you're in Devon and Cornwall, it's going to be more of a wet and dreary day. But we should see rain probably at the close of play today. Farmer's quite optimistic actually. If we have a look, I don't think the latest has come in. I'll just check on my phone because I have. I should just check. See what the latest one from ODM was 5 minutes ago. That hasn't come through. There we go. Yeah, it's sort of saying about, I'd say, scattered to broken at 1500 feet. Some of the reporting stations out in the east are still in the good weather, but yeah, broken at 1800 at Southampton. So yeah, generally an improving picture. We may have to deal with some low cloud initially, but as Farnborough is saying, 3000 for a lot of the day. Once we do get some proper heat on the ground and the dew points separate. Top meteo, well, still not particularly great for cross country. A chance of a short one for the Brave from there, as you can see. And southerly winds never good at Lasham. But at 11 o'clock, still quite a lot of low-lying cloud, probably not much above 2,500 feet above sea level. But by lunchtime, sort of 1, 2 o'clock, we'll start to see cloud base probably of about 3,000 feet above Lasham, and that's probably as good as it will get for today. With looking at this by about 5 o'clock, it will start to cut off. Reasonable amount of cloud with that as well. That's why I sort of doubt some of the TAFs because I don't think they've really taken that into account. But if you sort of look at that, we're in a reasonable area where there's not too much in the way of the frontal activity till at least mid-afternoon. So yeah, the chances are something short, but not expecting any records to be broken today, unlike how the Americans have been doing with their what was it, 190 kph or something ridiculous on a task. Okay, so yeah, some local soaring cross country for the brave. Looking at NOTAMs, I think most of these are paraglider. Main thing to think about is Goodwood again today. So there's a restricted area temporary for today between 11:45 and 12:25 for the red arrows. The red arrows are going to be in quite a lot of different places today. If we have a look at here, they will be departing Bournemouth at 11:39 to display at 11:50, and we'll be back at Bournemouth at about 12:20. So yeah, if you're anywhere near the south coast today, you will probably see them. They then route out, as you probably might not be too surprised, to go to a certain football stadium in London this evening. They'll be passing Wembley at 19:48 local, and they'll be taking a route up just north of the Salisbury danger areas after crossing some of the lower ones. And then yeah, sort of up through there. So we well, there is no evening route this evening, but if anybody isn't so interested in the footballers and is out that way, then yeah, you might see the red arrows. There is obviously a restricted area temporary at Wembley, so don't try and get clearance through that. It's all quite busy. But yes, aside from the Goodwood sort of rat, the restricted area temporary, there is effectively an air display there between 11:30 and 16:30 local outside of those times. So I would strongly suggest that you give Goodwood a wide berth. There's also a lot of helicopter activity at the moment going in and out to sort of get people to and from the event. That's only in Equestrian, not at Farnborough. But yeah, it seems that somebody in Odium has turned the hotel into a heliport and is sort of ferrying people down. So if you see lots of low-level helicopters going just east of Lasham, that's why they are actually just sort of inside the controlled airspace. But yes, there's a lot of activity going on there, so be aware. Other NOTAMs today. I think there's quite a lot going. Oh, clay pigeon shooting. I've not seen a NOTAM like that before. I'll have to look into that. I didn't know that was a problem up to 1,500 feet. And for that length of time, I think somebody's got a bit happy about issuing NOTAMs to write that. But although it does say, that almost looks like one of the MOD contractors. I'll read into that because I'm quite surprised clay pigeon shooting's got itself a NOTAM. Middle Wallop active today. The rest of these are just areas of note. Double check the Salisbury Plain danger areas because sometimes they are a little bit restricted at the moment. 24 and 29. Yeah, just more horse racing because that seems to appear on this. But other than that, Solent Farnborough active as usual. 28, I imagine, is another avoidance zone. Yes, it is. So yeah, not too much else going on. Okay, we're going to be runway 23 today. The first trial lesson might not go ahead this morning if the cloud base doesn't lift in time, but we'll take a view on it in the next 15 minutes or so, but I'm hoping it'll improve and we'll get some nice flying in for this afternoon. But yeah, flying will stop in plenty of time so that I know many people are going to watch a certain football match, which we all wish them good luck with. But we also wish good luck the junior British team that are starting their journey in Europe today. At the World Championships, so absolutely fantastic for that too. So there's plenty more England teams to support, and obviously a Wimbledon final today as well. So plenty of sporting action going on across the country, and we will hopefully have some more gliding this week too as the weather improves. Bye for now.